YouTube, no need for introductory. What's understood does not need to be explained. Look, for my individuals who suffered or is still suffering from narcissistic abuse, who exactly experienced the horror, the pain, the emotional, psychological, and mental abuse that you've experienced. See, I'm finna be honest, it takes a strong individual to even heal from their childhood trauma anyway. It takes a very special and unique individual to heal from childhood trauma alone, without anybody else. Just you going inside of yourself and figuring out that the answers lies within. Like it takes a very strong individual to overcome mental, psychological, and spiritual abuse. You got to be even strong to even endure, to be able to endure and overcome childhood trauma anyway. And I'm finna be honest, not too many people can just say that they truly and honestly completely healed from narcissistic abuse, because they are still, due to the fact that they are still extremely trauma bonded by their abusers. And this because many people that suffering from narcissistic abuse, and even if you suffering from narcissistic abuse, many people and y'all might not feel as though people gonna believe y'all. Many people not gonna believe y'all. Many people not gonna understand you once you try to vent and once you really try to expose what's really going on to certain people. A lot of people not gonna believe you. They not gonna understand you. And you already feel as though that people not gonna believe what you say anyway, because you tried in the past to gain clarity over the situation. You went in search looking for answers, because you were still trying to figure out what was going on behind the abuse. You were still trying to figure out whether your parents or whether your mother or father was just doing this for the best, for the better, or was they doing it for the worst? But this the thing, they was doing it for the worst. Many individuals feel as though nobody will listen to them and nobody will believe them if they really expose the truth about what's really going on behind the scenes. Because I'm finna be honest, we already didn't have emotional, mental, and spiritual support from our parents, our friends, and just people around us. You didn't have no support anyway. You didn't have no emotional support. You didn't have people to fall back on. You didn't have people around you that can understand you and understand where you coming from. So when you can tell them, when you can actually sit down and talk to them and they can tell you, I understand exactly how you feel. You never had that. And because people never had that type of support, they walk around with a heavy burden because of the emotional neglect that they experienced. You was emotionally neglected. And because of this, you feel as though you have nobody to talk to. You feel as though nobody understands you. And it's not like certain people didn't try to seek help. It's the fact that certain people tried to seek help. Certain people tried to go out in search of answers. Certain people tried to go to therapy. It's not like certain individuals didn't try to go seek clarity and seek the truth about what's really going on. They tried. You tried talking to family members. You tried talking to coworkers. You tried talking to friends. You tried talking to people. The bad thing about it is you tried talking to people. You tried venting to people that you deemed who you thought that was close to you. This is the whole point about it. See, this is the thing. You're not going to just completely open up to somebody who you don't feel comfortable with open up to. No, you want to talk. You wanted that support from at least one of your friends, one of your family members, or somebody, a coworker. You wanted at least the people that you thought that can give you emotional support and that can empathize with you. They didn't. You come to the realization that they couldn't even do that. They couldn't even do that because you come to the realization that they don't understand you. And that's okay that they don't understand you, because they might not experience what you've experienced. That's okay. If somebody doesn't understand you or believe you about narcissistic abuse, that's okay. Maybe they didn't experience. They haven't experienced it. But you got to understand something. But wait a minute, before I go even further, let me tell you something. If you haven't experienced narcissistic abuse, firsthand if you haven't went through narcissistic parent abuse, whether it's a narcissistic relationship. If you haven't experienced narcissistic parents, if you haven't experienced narcissistic parents, don't speak on the situation. Please don't speak on it. Please. I understand that you're trying to give me advice. I really do. And that's good that you're trying to give me advice. I'm not going to, no, please don't. I can't take advice from you because you lack experience. I cannot allow myself to take information from an end. I only speak on things that I experienced, that I've experienced. If I haven't experienced it, I'm not speaking on it. And I'm not going to go around trying to give advice to somebody else knowing I didn't experience it. So if you haven't experienced it, just be quiet. Be quiet. Just go on, be quiet, because I'm not going to listen to what you're saying anyway. And I'm going to be able to tell that you ain't experienced, that you haven't experienced it based off how you conduct yourself around me and based off the conversation. See, you going to go out. See, this is the thing. You're going to try to seek help and answers from certain people that you might deem as important to you. But it is in seeking that type. See, it is in seeking that type of help, seeking, craving that validation. It is in there you're going to come to the realization that a lot of people don't understand you and a lot of people don't believe you. You're going to understand, you're going to come to the realization that you're talking to some people that, then this the thing, it's that you have to understand something. They're not even going to try to put themselves in your shoes. They're not going to try to put themselves in your shoes. They're not going, the fact is they're not going to even try to understand you. Real, true understanding mean, okay, wait a minute. Even though I haven't experienced it, I'm not going to judge you, and I'm not going to try to make it seem like you are crazy. I'm not going to try to make it seem like you crazy or you a lunatic. You want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to put myself in your shoes and look at things in a different perspective, because I might not have, your perspective is different from mine, but I'm going to try to look at things from your perspective now. And once I look at things from your perspective, I now can understand how you feel. People won't do that. They don't want to put themselves in other people's shoes. That's the definition of understanding. You have to be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes to truly understand them. They're not going to try to look at things from a different perspective, because most people that you talk to, most people that you tell your side of the story to, going to either look at you, they're going to gaslight you. They're either going to look at you as crazy. They either going to say, you want to know, in this thing, they either going to tell you straight up, well, let's just say, let's use narcissistic parents, for example. You at home getting kicked, stabbed. You at home just, neither do these people know that your parents, whether it's your mother or father, is around the house trying to chase you with a knife, talking about some they'll kill you. They threatening you. They choking the shit out of you. They just belittling you and shaming you for absolutely no reason. You go out and try to talk to somebody to seek help, and just to find out that people, the only thing that you're going to hear over and over again is, well, that's still your mama. That's still your daddy. Oh, your mama just wants what's best for you. Maybe your mom just wants what's best for you. Maybe your dad just wants what's best for you. We hate that shit. Real narcissistic survivors hate that, because that's not advice. That's the most wrong advice you can give somebody that's suffering from abuse, is that's still your mama, that's still your daddy. I don't give a rat's about who this person is. Nobody not finna play with me. And that's what I'm saying. Like when people tell me that all the time. They be in the comments and everything talking about it. They be like, well, Robert, that's still your mom. I just be looking at the comments. I just be looking like they know not what they do. And they're blind. And that's okay. They're blind. Some people are just blind to the fact because they haven't experienced it. But that's okay. I don't pay it no mind. But just know I don't care who it is. You're not finna play with me, and you're not finna abuse me. You're not finna treat me like any type of way, and don't expect me to retaliate in some type of form or way. Point blank period. You're the enemy. Mama, daddy, brother, sister, friend. I don't care who you are. You're not finna play with me in no form, no shape, no fashion. So once I hear somebody telling me these things because they're uneducated about it, and I understand that they're uneducated about it, and I don't pay it no mind, I just be like, they know not what they do. You have to understand something. You don't need narcissistic abuse survivors, don't need people to give them advice. You need understanding. You need people that's going to understand you. You need to go and search and talk to individuals that has experienced what you experienced so that both of y'all can come to a resolution on how you can heal from the situation. You don't need somebody that's going to give you good advice, because 9 times out of 10, that's not good advice. You need somebody that's going to understand you. Like I said earlier, nope, if you haven't experienced narcissistic abuse, no disrespect, you are not to raise your tongue nor judge anybody that has experienced narcissistic abuse. You haven't experienced what I went through. That's good. You're trying to give me advice, but you haven't experienced what I went through. You ain't been where I've been. So you will never understand me. So don't try to understand me, because you won't understand me. You will never understand because you haven't experienced. Point blank, period. You're talking, dude. This is the thing. People talk. This is my thing. I hate when people try to give advice and try to shed light upon a situation that they are uneducated about and they have not experienced. A lot of people need to understand something. Stop speaking based off he say, she say, and speak from experience. Speak from experience. If you have not experienced it, don't come my way. Don't come over here trying to lecture me, because I'm not going to listen to what you say anyway. That's what victims of narcissistic abuse, that's what narcissistic abuse survivors hate the most, is when people try to tell them, well, that's still your mama, that's still your daddy. They just want what so you mean it what make this mother, look, this person was damn near trying to kill me. Only if you knew that this person was trying to take me out, and you sitting up there, but that's okay. You don't know that. And it is not in my control. I'm not here to make you understand. But my spirit and my soul will not allow me to take that type of information in, because it's not personal, it's spiritual. That's not your mom. You're not dealing with a parent. You're not dealing with your mom. You're not dealing with your dad. You're dealing with a demon. Give the devil no opportunity. This is the thing. You can show empathy. You can sympathize with me, and that's okay, but you will never understand what I went through, because due to the lack of unexperience. And y'all got to understand something. Sometimes in life, when you breaking a generational curse, when you breaking that spell, when you go in search of the truth because you know something is off, that's when the devil gonna send certain people your way to try to get you to accept toxic behavior. You have to understand something. People that you vent to, people that you talk to, that's not going to believe you. Believe this or not, they have already chose their side. They're not trying to empathize with you. They're not trying to understand you, because guess what? They already have chosen the side. You have to understand something. If you got to understand something, your soul, your spirit is not going to allow your spirit is not going to allow yourself to take in certain information and advice. Your soul is going to reject everything that's not beneficial towards your spirit. Your soul going to reject it. It's not going to happen. But like I say, when you breaking generational curses, when you on a path of healing, when you're trying to grow, the devil going to send certain people your way to try to keep you at a pace that's going to stop you from growing. Meaning you going to try to go in search of answers. You going to try to talk to your grandma, your auntie, your friends that you probably knew. You probably going to talk to somebody, a co-worker, just for, in talking to them, you're going to find out that they ain't even giving you, that they not even fucking, it's like once you talk to them, you're going to come to the realization like, whose side you on? People who play both sides is the enemy as well. Most people not even on your side. Most people have already chosen a parent side. You have to understand something. When we talking about narcissistic parents here, you tell somebody about your parent, society has this mentality that the parent does no wrong in the first place. As soon as you tell your parent, as soon as you go out in public and tell somebody that your parent abusing you, they gonna already think you crazy. They're going to already think you crazy. They're going to think you're a delinquent. They're going to label you as a juvenile. They're going to label you as hard to deal with, all because they don't know what you're dealing with behind the scenes, and you're trying to expose the truth. You're trying to gain clarity and gain truth and wisdom about what you're going through. But you're going to have to come to the realization that some people that you're talking to is not on your side. Okay, okay. If you have dealt with narcissistic abuse and you tried to talk to some people how many people helped you? I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm not talking about no therapist. Who around you, right? Who was around you that understood you and believed you when you told them about the abuse? How many people believed you? How many people understood you? How many people understood you? Friends, families, coworkers, how many? Shit, none. I don't care when none. They probably was looking at you crazy. They probably was telling you, I already know what they was telling you. That's still your mama. That's still your daddy. You need to honor. We don't want to hear that, man. We dealing with some people that's trying to destroy us. They don't know, but this is the thing. You can't get mad at them because they don't know that. But what they better not do is try to get you to accept that type of behavior. This is the point. Once you have to understand certain people is going to try to get you to accept toxic behavior. Don't allow people to get you to accept toxic behavior. You know what you've been through. You know what you experienced. You know the truth. Don't, if somebody come up to you and tell you, oh, that's still your mama, that's still your daddy, oh, man, they just want what's best for you. Don't take that information in, and it's that type of mentality that's what get people killed. That type of thinking gets people killed because that allows them, because they're trying to get you to accept toxic behavior. No, I don't care who this person is. You're not going to do you honestly think I'm stupid enough to fall for that trap? I don't think so. It's not going to happen that way. And most people are not going to believe you. The whole point behind this video is you tried to seek help. You tried to reach out to certain people who you thought that'll understand you, just to come to the realization they don't understand you at all. They don't even get you. And 9 times out of 10, they siding with the enemy anyway. And because of this, you could possibly reject them and lose them as a friend. You can probably stop messing with them. This is why people stop messing with a certain amount of people, because we come to the realization that folks playing both sides. This my thing. They got you fooled, but I'm not fooled. You're fooled. I'm not fooled. So, and because of this, I cannot allow myself to I cannot allow myself to listen to certain individuals because they have not been through what I've been through. That's good. You're trying to give me advice, but I'm not going to take that advice because that type of advice is not going to help me. I don't need that. You need somebody that's going to understand you. And when you're trying to talk to people and people don't understand you, that's going to hurt you. That's going to hurt you the most. Because you thought that somebody was going to be able to empathize with you, but you come to the realization that you in it for yourself. Stay blessed.